Welcome back to another live stream, everybody, and it feels good to be back. It's been a little bit of a little while actually until since our last live stream, and some things have changed in the overall crypto market, which is good. We continue to pretty much trade in this tight range. We're going to talk about that here in this one quite a bit. Bitcoin is up about 6% today. So we've seen Bitcoin go up to this $32,000 mark, and then all of a sudden it kind of stalls out, right? So today and this week will be a really, really big week for Bitcoin, especially if we stay up in the green. The previous 9 weeks have been red for Bitcoin, which we don't see very often. But we could see here today, Bitcoin is up over 31,000 here. 31.4 right now at the time of this recording here. You can see there in the 1 day, we were sub 30K most of the day yesterday until we had a nice little breakout. But we've been here before, right? If we go to the 1 week chart, we popped up over 32K, and then it just dialed all the way back on us, back to 28. Okay, so we could see this is the range we've been, kind of trading in for a while here. So this takes us all the way out to let's see here. This is what view is this? Let's go to the 1 day here. Oh, that is the 1 day. Okay. So that's the 1 day here. You can see how tight this range has been. Look, this is May 12th. This was the big sell-off right here, right? And these are daily candlesticks. So sure, we had a one big day on the 30th, got it all the way up to 32. And we are trading sideways at a little bit of a higher range than we did here in mid-May, which is good to see. But overall, a lot of the same here since the May 12th bottom when Bitcoin went all the way down near 25,000. So let's see here. Let's back over the comments here. Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Mr. Paul, what's happening? What's happening? Salvatore, it is probably just a mean reversion rally, a chance for a 25% gain, maybe. Yeah, a lot of people are calling, these moves similar to that, right? Or a dead cat bounce is maybe what we just experienced before, right? Or it's a little bit of a Bitcoin fake out. I've heard people say that as well. Make a video on Golden Sparrow. Haven't heard about them, Titan. Golden Sparrow. I know about Blue Sparrow. Is it Blue Sparrow, not Golden Sparrow? Dennis said your audio is not good. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you guys can hear it. Okay. I don't know if it's just on Dennis's end or if it's everybody. What's up, Jason? What's going on? I'm still 2,000 in the loss, but hopefully we're on our way up. Well, you don't lose if you don't sell, right, Silent Ninja? Is it 2,000 on your overall crypto portfolio, or is it just Bitcoin? Good morning, Fear. How we doing? Muzz, what's happening, man? Dennis says it's better now. Okay. Audio's fine. Okay, good. Audio's great. Good. Good morning. When will my WAGME on Coinbase wallet have a balance? So far, it's just all coins. Well, as long as the coins are there, that's good. The balance will eventually appear. It takes a while for various assets to appear sometimes on there. But you could just go to like as if you were going to sell to kind of know exactly where you were at, right? But I know it's kind of a pain. Coinbase wallet, same thing happens on some other decentralized exchanges. What's up, Jacob? How we doing, man? Good morning. Audio's fine. Good. Sound is good on my end. Good. Loud and clear, Justin Scott. Nice. Got in really late last night, guys, so I'm going to need a lot of coffee today. Got in like about 2:30 a.m. last night from Nashville. So we had a good weekend. What's up, Larry? Good morning. A lot of coffee this morning, yeah. I hear you. I'm about 3,000 down overall since the bear market, slowly DCAing. But once we get in a bull, my portfolio will be looking good. Yeah, I mean, I think that's really it, right? If you're not down a ton right now and you've been DCAing your way down, you're setting up for the bull run. I mean, that's how people make their bread in crypto. They're buying during these times. When everybody's fearful, we should be getting a little greedy, right? If we have that capital on the sideline. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing right now. They're accumulating. Maybe buying every single day, buying every week, just watching things move and having target prices on some of their favorite assets. You know, Cardano's looking really good here. Where's Cardano at? Where's ADA? ADA, look at this. ADA's back up to 62 cents. This thing's been running really hot. So they have a big hard fork event coming up here this June, later this month. A lot of people predicting we could see a $1 Cardano again here this month. This is a great one to day trade and swing trade a little bit. Cardano moves very quickly. So does Solana. Solana's another one, right? But you guys all know how I feel about Cardano. I mean, I'm playing the long game here on ADA for sure, but been accumulating as much as I possibly can right now of Cardano. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Good morning, Aretha. How we doing? Tony P, good morning. Good morning. Guys, hit that like button on your way in. That really helps us out. Eric says, thanks for all the info. It's been very good. Help just started my crypto journey 4 weeks ago. That's awesome, Eric. Welcome to the industry. Welcome to the channel, man. And glad you're bettering your financial future, man, by getting into crypto. And you're here early, so you're not too late. Salvatore says, like the smash button. Exactly. Yeah, like that smash button. Morning, Zach. Got to get past this 32K mark. I know it's this pesky 32K. I know. It's where are we at right now? 31.3. Up almost 6% on the day. That's solid. Cardano's double digits. Solana's in double digits. Look at Hex. They've got Hex listed. If you actually take Hex's true market cap, it's ranked number 11 right here. Look at that. And it's up 15%. SHIB's up a little bit, back into the 11 range. Polygon's another one. It could run pretty hot. It's up 10%. Let's see what else is going on. Cardano was the biggest mover of the top 100, at least pretty recently. You do have a few others here. eCash is up 14%. Loopring's back up 15%. Let's take a look at the crypto fear and greed index. We have just not been able to get out of this extreme fear zone for a while. Yesterday we were at 10 though, so we are bouncing up a little bit. We're at 13 right now. We could see here in the last month though, man, this has been bearish, right? Even the last 3. It's not refreshing on us. So here's the last 3 months. So we got all the way up to 60. Isn't that crazy that we got up to 60 on the fear and greed index in March? I didn't even realize we were all the way up here. So wait, where is 60? 60 is neutral, right? 60 neutral? Give or take, right? 50 would be neutral. But then since that late March date, we've just been heading down. That March date, that's the highest we had been since November of last year. Got to go all the way back to October and November. Let's see. We got to catch up with some chat here. Sol's up 15% overnight. Yeah. What's up with ShibToro? So I heard now they're not going to do the V2 right now. Let's see what they're putting up on their Twitter. They will not be relaunched. Hard decision, but it is final. Let's see what else is happening here with some of our small caps. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way in. Terrarium looking solid here this morning. Just trying to, it's been bouncing here for a little while here. Pretty much all of May. It's been slowly climbing. Slowly gaining some steam here. Almost back up into that 19 range. Up about 8% on the week for Terra. You know, a bunch of big catalysts coming for Terrarium. A lot of the cryptocurrencies that we watch here on my far right side have a lot of catalysts coming. BTFA has a big month of June here. June 10th, right around the corner. So we're seeing a nice little pop in the price there for BTFA. It's been a nice little 5-day run here for BTFA. Up 34% on the week. What's up, EMAC? New Patreon member. What's up, brother? Hope this is not a fake out, but yeah, it doesn't look like a bull run. I agree with you, Dark Knight. I mean, I think it's going to be a little while still until we really get back into a bull run. I'd be okay with sideways action, though. Sideways action is not terrible. I know it's boring, but it's not terrible. Because things still happen during a sideways market. There are still opportunities. I mean, look what happened with Shiba Inu not too long ago. I mean, just last week it was up some ridiculous amount. It's still up 300% in the last week. Right? I mean, look at that. That's the daily. It's been a fun one. So they signed with Def Jam. And this thing just went parabolic. Paulo's just caught in this little tight range here, 13, 14, 15 area. Oh, WAGME, we're going to have to find their V2. What's Volt doing? Just up like 4%. Not much. Another bull trap, I reckon. I think that's what a lot of people are thinking too, yeah. Hex 5 years from now? That's a good question. I don't know. I do like what they're building, though, with the Pulse chain. And Richard Hart is an interesting character, man. What do you think of Graph and VeChain? Good time to get in. I like VeChain a lot. I still have both of them. I have a little bit of both of them, but I like VeChain. If I had to pick one, I like VeChain over the Graph, personally. Does anybody in chat know what happened to ShibToro? We basically just we hit on it, Spider-Man. I mean, they're not going to do their relaunch. They're still actively being traded. It's down 48%. Maybe that's what you're thinking. Okay. 55% in the last week. Yeah, it's been brutal, man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the overall market has crushed a lot of things. That's what you need to be prepared for when you get into crypto. I mean, some people just aren't prepared for it. They're not ready for it. But yeah, you can you could get wrecked. We spiked and went scare away newbies. Let's see here. Good morning, Luis. How we doing? I think this crypto is a temporary move up because of the bad economy. If a bull run hits, will not be big until after November elections. Okay. Moon says most definitely a bull trap. Timsky says, do you know what demographic makes up crypto retail investor and how bad will inflation hurt crypto retail? That's a good question. I would guess, we can look it up, but I would guess the average crypto investor would be like 35. My guess. Average age of crypto investor. Let's see, actually. That's an interesting question. 47? Really? Okay, that's fair. Yeah, the number in the US is like 13 or 14% own crypto right now in the US, which makes up a smaller global percentage of about 5%. %63 of adults said they're curious about crypto. They say they're interested in investing in digital assets, but want to learn more first. I think there are a lot of people in that camp. Tata Grizzly says a relief rally after 9 weeks of red candles is what we needed. Yeah, I'm sure we will go back down and test the 200 MA. Have a good stream, man. Tata Grizzly, yep, spot on, man. 9 weeks of red candles for Bitcoin. Never seen it before. First time we've ever seen it. Good morning, Faye. Good morning. That's why it's so important to diversify. I agree, Huey. You attending the World Blockchain Summit in Canada, Zach? No, I'm not. Doesn't Gala have something going on right now? Galaverse, I think. Yeah, here we go. Into the Galaverse. Yeah, they're in Europe. Here we go. Just in, Go Gala Games has announced the launch of Grit on the Epic Games Store. I think I'm so bullish on Gala, guys. So what is this one here? What do we got here? Gala Games blockchain game Grit will debut on the Epic Games Store. Web3 gaming company Gala Games said it'll publish its blockchain games on the Epic Games Store, starting with a Wild West title, Grit. Gala Games hopes to bring Web3 games to the masses, exposing millions of gamers to this new genre of entertainment and solidifying its place as a leader in the burgeoning Web3 game industry. It's a battle royale title set in the Wild West. It's built on the Unreal Engine. Yeah, man, Gala Games. They're just going to have so many opportunities to hit it big, right? I mean, they're like building a factory of games. That's why I really like Gala. And I think this is the next sector of crypto, one of the next sectors of crypto to go off. Still ranked number 80, up about 8%. There's the last month. Dipped all the way down to 4 cents at one point. Pretty sure we got lower than this than it's indicating on this chart. All right, Salvatore, take care, man. I don't know if Russ left, say Tom. I have no idea. Are NFTs still going strong? NFTs for what, Chris? Do you see ShibaCon 2022 to pump up Shiba Inu by the end of the summer? So, Ish, right now, we have not heard what they're going to do with ShibaCon. So, members of the community put the one together that was going to be out there in November. They just didn't get the blessing from the dev team. So, we don't know exactly what's going on. Now, the most recent Medium article from SHYTOSHI mentioned ShibaCon, though. So, they're thinking about doing it. But that's... We've yet to hear what that looks like. As gas is going to $2.50 per liter here in Ontario, not a lot of extra to DCA with. I hear you, Timsky. I think the big thing for SHIB right now that they're doing is they're still building partnerships in the bear market. That's the big thing with SHIB right now that I like. And we do know that there are built-in catalysts coming, and it all hinges on Shibarium, right? It all hinges on Shibarium. But even in addition to what we already know is coming, Shibarium, Metaverse, the game, aside from all of this, they are still forming strategic alliances and partnerships with big brands. And they're setting the stage for when crypto becomes more widely adopted, that they're a household name that you can pay with. They're looking to be a transactional currency. And I do think SHIB has a leg up on a lot of its competitors in that department because of the overall supply. Good afternoon, Kenneth. How we doing, man? Kamal, good morning. Morning, Crash Dave's Crypto. Good morning. Champa Bay, good morning. Good morning. When Shibarium finally comes out, we will have to move our Shiba there, or we'll be able to keep it on the exchanges. All of that will be explained when it does come out. What we have to do, and to upgrade, yeah, all of that will be explained by the dev team, and it might differ a little bit from exchange to exchange. Guys, hit that like button on your way in. That really helps us out. Definitely hit the like button. Best way to give back, totally free to do. Seems that whole NFT industry wasn't hit as hard. Chris, that's an interesting point. I mean, I don't follow NFTs as close, but the big thing with NFTs is finding a buyer. It might not go down in value as much, but the biggest thing is finding a buyer. That's where it can be pretty tough. Good morning from the Philippines. What's up? What's up, Merk? Eric, good morning from Montreal. Good job, man. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate you, man. NFTs are so mixed. Bad, ugly ones, and beautiful ones. I own 0 this season. Yeah, I've got a few. I've got some of the WAGMI NFTs. I'm going to get some of the BTFA NFTs as well. And then I have a Shiba Doge NFT, I think. So I've got a few. But I like the idea of owning NFTs that are going to be within a game. Even though I'm not a gamer, I understand the impact that NFT gaming could have as kind of its own niche, right? I think that could be huge. And the trading of NFTs within the game, I think that's big. Good morning. Good morning. Shiba is going to flip Dogecoin. Well, it already has once before, so wouldn't be shocked. Let's see. Doge right now This is market cap, right? Yeah. Doge right now is sitting at $11 million market cap. SHIB is at 6. So a little bit less than double. But SHIB can certainly get hot. And we've seen it get extremely hot last October, right? Buenos dias. What's up, Henrock? Nostalgic, not really, just tired, man. I got in at like 2:30, 3 o'clock. But I'm here. SHIB isn't going anywhere and will continue to grow over time. You know, I've been accumulating. What have you guys been accumulating? Let me know down below, or let me know in the live chat. You know, what I've really been focused on, I've been mentioning, you know, buying Bitcoin, Ethereum every day. Cardano's been my big one, though. I've acquired a lot of Cardano during this time, and a lot of Crow. A lot of Cardano and a lot of Crow. Those are the two I've really focused in on. I've had nice. I already had 3 open positions on SHIB. I have added a little bit there, but I really wanted to shore up my Crow position and Cardano positions. Those two have really been where I've been focusing a lot of my efforts here. Coin Collector says, you're crushing that coffee. You're going to need another cup. Thanks for the $5 donation, Coin Collector. I appreciate you, man. Algorand too, Asim. I like that. I like that play a lot. I recently started acquiring a good amount of Algorand too. That's a good point. Algorand. If we go out to the all chart on Algo, let's see here. Is that the all chart? Yeah. Yeah, man. This thing just in September was, you know, trading at $2.40. It's basically a 6x away from here. Chris said mainly SHIB. Henrock said Crow. Are you adding Gala still? Yeah, Gala too. Gala too. I've been adding a lot of Gala too. Yeah. I like it. DCAing into Crow. Nice. IMX and Crow. Nice. Yeah, I mean, NFTs are just tough, EMAC. I mean, I get them when they represent a physical product, right? So you have an NFT that is like the digital representation of a physical item. That makes sense. I do think the future of NFTs will be very handy when it comes to buying big ticketed items, like a car, like a house. Makes sense. And NFTs within games. Makes sense. Will JPEGs always be around and this big? I don't know. Maybe that's just kind of how we got started. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's hard. It's hard to get a good beat on where NFTs actually go. But I think I have a decent idea of what's going to actually work within NFTs. Who knows, though? Larry says Gala, Cardano, Crow, and SHIB. That's a nice list there. Winter will be over when BTC hits 48K and above. We got a little while then. Robert's been buying Gala. Why no more mentions of Saitama? They are doing some cool new things and are moving in the right direction. Just a lot to get to, a lot to talk about. Accumulating ADA, Gala, SHIB, and a little Algorand. Nice. Tell your viewers what DCA crypto to get a start in on crypto. Okay, yeah, Ishna, that's a good point. We definitely have a bunch of new people in here. And by the way, if you're totally new to the channel, hit that like button. So dollar cost averaging, DCAing. What I do is I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum every day. So I buy a particular amount every day, just a small amount. It automatically comes out of my bank account. So that way I'm buying Bitcoin when it's up. I'm buying Bitcoin when it's down. Same thing with Ethereum. I don't have to price watch. You could do this weekly. You could do it daily. You could do it monthly. This is called dollar cost averaging. And over time, you're averaging out your cost basis by buying on green days and buying on red days. So instead of chart watching and having to time the market, which is really hard to do, you know, there's an old saying, they say time in the market rather than trying to time the market. Just have time in the market. So that is DCA. Small amount is $35 per day. Bitcoin and Ethereum, $35 per day. But I mean, I'm not just going to throw a number out there and be like, hey, this is the number that everybody has to abide by. No, it's based on what you can afford. It's based on, where your current positions already are, right, with Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think of them like trading cards. Oh, NFTs? I could see that, Matt. I could see that, dude. Yeah. Non-financial advice, right? Been DCing all the projects I'm down a lot in, still believe in it. Nice, Raymond. BTC falling. Not crazy amounts. We've talked about Cardano a little bit. I do like it, Henrock, and it can run. It gets hot too. Cardano gets hot. When does Clear Cryptos come out? We don't have an exact date yet. Could be late June, early July. It might be early July, but I don't know for sure. But a lot more details will be coming. I saw Coinbase new NFT, so ugly, not worth paying. I saw that too, yeah. Shiba will have another bull run when Bitcoin and everything else decides to, start going back up. So I don't think it'll run by itself. We need the overall crypto market. We need the overall markets in general to be stronger. Is there a coin you believe will burn 2x zeros this year? I'm sure there definitely are, Jesse, but trying to pinpoint one at this point. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think BTFA and Terrarium are two good bets. Jesse, I think Terrarium and BTFA are two good bets from where they currently are right now and where they could be later this year. I mean, but there are a lot of them that will do that. I think Apollo could certainly do that too. It's already been there. Ape Coin. I mean, while it's not going to, get rid of 2 zeros, could it 2x? Could it 3x? 4x? Yes. We're basically like a 4.5x away from where it was at its peak. Ape. How much of a price? That's a good question, Will. There's no easy way to say, SHIB is going to do this when Shibarium comes out, right? We can't just pinpoint exactly what happens to the price action. Do I think we'll see a pop in the price? Yes. Could it be a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event? Yes. Right. But the real utility starts with Shibarium. So, I mean, we need that first and foremost to build out the metaverse, then integrate Leash and Bone and She, the stable coin. So it's something we need. I mean, it'd be great for it to come out during a bull run, but overall, if you're playing the long game on SHIB, you don't really care when it comes out. You just want it to come out and have it be what it's supposed to be. The L2 that we need within the ecosystem. So a lot of people asking about Dogelon. Let's take a look at it. Dogelon it continues to be one I hold just because it's fun. Actually, let's go Elon. There's so many fake ones out there. I always find the right one doing Elon here. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. I mean, it's way down from its high, but I mean, it's not terrible though. Kind of looks like SHIB's chart a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to continue to hold it. Huge fan of Gala gains. Good question. Do you consider Hex a blue chip? I mean, it should be by market cap, right? By market cap, Crypto Bubbles has it ranked number 11. Another crypto that can definitely 2x is Volt and Cult. Volt is way back. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, it's $43 million market cap right now. We've seen it all the way up to about $250 million market cap. Colt Dow. Where's Colt Dow? Let's see. Colt Dow's trading sideways pretty much, huh? $61 million market cap. Yep, WAGMI can also. I agree. It's a good question. How come Bitcoin has been correlated to the stock market? It's weird, but you're right, Saber. I mean, just this year, it's been very correlated to the stock market. You wonder if it's kind of because the overall conditions that the world is in right now, that just everything is in the tank, so it feels like things are more correlated than they really are, right? But in reality, it's just they're that bad, so they're going to be bad across the board for crypto. They're going to be bad for, regular markets. Which projects, Luke? Which ones? I have not spent a lot of time looking at ETH SHIB. For me, SHIB is the most promising with all the partnerships and utility coming. It can definitely reach all-time high this year and possibly eat a 0 to 2 zeros by mid-end of next year. I agree. SHIB's doing a lot more than others in the community token space, 100%. Market manipulation is very common, especially during these times because you don't have a lot of new money coming in, so it's easier to manipulate it. Less inflow and outflow, so you can really manipulate it, right? And I think, I mean, you're seeing a lot of that right now. That's why Bitcoin is trading in this tight range all the time. It's like coordinated sell-offs at various points. It feels like that. Good morning, man. D's Volt, what's up? Do you think we'll go back down before we go back? I mean, here's the thing. I think we'll continue to trade in this range. I think we're going to continue to see this $32,000 to $28,000 Bitcoin for the foreseeable future. I mean, right now, where are we at? Let's see here. Let's go to the 1 week, even the month. There you go. I mean, here's the big thing. What's it going to take for us to, I mean, is there a macroeconomic event that could happen that helps us break out? I don't know at this point. I mean, what do you guys all think? What is going to help us propel it? What's going to propel us forward? Is it knowing more about what the feds are going to do with crypto regulation? Is it knowing more about what they're going to do with rates? Because we have an idea of what they're going to do with rates, right? At least we have what they say they're going to do. But I guess my big question is what could give us that positive sentiment, that positive catalyst right now? I mean, eventually we all know it will come back, but here in the short term, what could change things? Time to buy. Yeah, we've been accumulating like crazy. Aiden says end of war. I like that. Yeah, that would be a positive catalyst. End of war. Have I heard about the RYOSHI Vision NFTs, RYOSHI cards? No, I have not, Raymond. If Shiba does good, Dogecoin is right behind. Yep. So Poor Man Investing says a grip on inflation in the end of the war. So you guys think those two things, end of the war and a grip on inflation, could be what we need to propel us forward? I hear that. I mean, but we kind of we should know what's coming with inflation, right? And the rates. I think we do, unless they change it up on us. Yeah, seeing a lot of comments. End of the war. Poor Man is correct. That's a good comment, Luke. I think some clarity on regulation could provide us a nice boost as well. I do. Because I think there are still, even during these times of inflation, even during these times that are very hard for many people across the entire world, there are still a lot of people with money who are not invested in cryptocurrency because of a lack of regulatory clarity, right? I still think there are a lot of people sitting on the sidelines that could inject some money into crypto, but are not going to do it until they know exactly how their money's going to be safe and secured, and if it's backed by a governing body. So I do think, in addition to more clarity on the inflation situation, the end of the war, I do think regulation plays a role here too. You know, of course, we're talking about places where there are no regulatory frameworks yet, right? People may not have that much disposable funds for crypto. I agree with that too. But here's the thing. People said, oh, there was so much money to go around because of the stimulus checks. Do you think that was really enough? Do you think that many people really took their stimulus check and put it into crypto? Maybe they did. I'd love to get that data. How many people actually took their stimulus check in the US and put it in crypto? Because you hear that all the time, like, oh, there was just so much money coming in from the stimulus checks. I don't know if that was directly correlated. I think people were just at home more and bored, figuring out, different ways, maybe got laid off, right? Or decided to quit their job. So I think it was a combination of a lot of things. Somebody said, no, they bought cars. That's true. Used cars went through the roof, huh? I bought a Honda Civic in 2020. 2020, was it? Or might have been 20. No, it was January 2021. I bought a Honda Civic for 10 grand and sold it for 10 grand 14 months later. Something like that. Literally drove it for nothing. Essentially. Papa Pow is unpredictable. I hear you. So Luke says when crypto gets regulated, we will see a surge in all cryptos because of all the new money coming in, especially institutional and big money in the stock market. I think there is some truth to that. I think there is some big institutional money on the sidelines waiting to go all in. Maybe not all in, but to push their chips into crypto for the first time once there's a regulatory framework established. I agree. If I could, I'd go back and out all my stimulus and put all my stimulus into crypto. I hear you, Nelson. That's basically what I did. I got all the stimulus checks. No stim here, but the downtime is when I was able to get educated in crypto. That's a good point too, Holly. People just had more time so they can learn about crypto. That's a good point. Yeah, I put basically all my money that I got from the stimulus checks went back into the either crypto market or stock market. One of the two. I did here in Australia with my stimulus payments. There you go. Lord Shiba says, personally, I believe we need regulation. The less Uncle Sam wants to jail me for tax issues, the better. Elon for president, that'll help us. That probably would help crypto. Yeah, I hear that, Carrie. Makes sense. The Nelson channel says, I think we hit a 10K Bitcoin before all the red is gone. This might be a slight pump, but right back down into the dumpster, maybe. Yeah, I hear you. Everybody has their different philosophy or different idea. The moral of the story is nobody knows. Nobody knows. Everybody can make an educated guess. They can look at macroeconomic factors. They can look at TA all day. And at the end of the day, nobody really knows. So it's best to just hang in there, buy when you can, dollar cost average when you can, and wait for things to turn around because, to this point, they always have. Cardano was the biggest winner here in the last 24. Again, big hard fork coming up for Cardano. Matt, yeah, I had a Honda Accord, or no, I'm sorry, I had a Honda Civic 2013, I think. Bought it for 10K and sold it for 10K, all within like a 15-month period. It's pretty awesome. Used cars, man. City Boy says, I agree in regards to regulatory issues putting a big strain on the markets. Institutions are waiting on the sidelines for confirmation. And once that happens, the floodgates will be open. I agree. Morning, Sean. How we doing, man? Do you trade every day or just hold? I don't trade every day. No, I do trade on different catalysts or news events. Like Algorand just had a bunch of news events recently. Traded on those. ApeCoin, Other Side Metaverse, traded on those news events. Shiba Inu, traded on the Robinhood news event. So like try to find these big catalysts where you're going to get like a 15 to 20% boost. I usually open up a brand new position and I try to make a little swing trade on something like that. But I'm not much of a day trader. Not much of a day trader. I will swing trade a little bit. I'll get in and get out of some things pretty quickly, especially if they were short-term plays anyway. Most Americans don't even have 1K in their savings. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm trying to see what you were saying in response to Chris. Chris Bennix. Where was Chris? Yeah, I do have some XRP. Not a ton right now, but I do have some. Institutions will wreck crypto just like they did the stock market. I mean, I hear you, but don't you think we need some type of regulation? Here's the thing. Regardless of what our opinions are on it, it's coming. So why not prepare for it as investors? It's kind of one of those things like you can't control it. So why are you going to talk about it and fight it? And you know what I mean? It's coming regardless. We've got to, plan ahead. Larry says we need inflation to drop and the end of the war. You could lose a lot if you trade every day. 100%. Toyotas, Hondas, and Jeeps have the highest resale value. Okay, that's good to know, Luke. Good morning from Las Vegas. What's up, Hovey? Moonbound says facts. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Regulation's coming. So instead of saying, I don't think we need regulation and, they're going to come for our money and blah, 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 blah. Well, regardless, it's happening. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? How can we prepare for it? Right? That's kind of where I'm at with it. It's coming regardless. New Dogecoin update. What's this about? Jackson Palmer, one of Dogecoin's co-founders. They are planning an upgrade to the system. So there you go. They want enhanced wallet protection, fixes for known Bitcoin vulnerabilities, fixes for potential Doge vulnerabilities, making the Dogecoin core wallet cheaper to use, an easy-to-use Gideon script, and improved handling of address messages. Is it really up, though? Let's see. Where's Doge? Terra Classic's up a little bit, 2%. Yeah, there's Doge. Market regulations equals mass adoption of crypto for all levels of investors. Get ready, folks. Find some good projects like Volt and HODL. I hear you, man. We need regulation. The challenge we face is making the regulations fair and not driven by big corps who want to shill their stuff. I agree. Some regulation is good. I don't want a ton. I don't want it to be over-regulated, but finding that happy medium is very important, I think. And let's just face it, guys. There are too many bad actors. There are too many rug pulls and scams out there. It's too easy for a dev person or team to take advantage of investors right now. Way too easy. So that needs to change. Quan don't want regulation. Be the opposite of Quan. Treating crypto like going to casino while stuck at home during COVID. Oh, you think that's what people are doing? Yeah. Yeah. Regulation would provide stability, Chris says. I do like the freedom of Wild West, but it can get messy. I agree. We can have a little bit of wildness, but just not crazy wild like it is right now, right? Yeah, so Coinbase is allowing you to stake Ethereum 2, right? And you're going to earn a little bit of passive income. I've actually got a little bit of Ethereum stake there on Coinbase. I think you earn like 4.5% or something like that, 4.75%, something like that, APY. So yeah, basically if you buy Ethereum 2.0, you're essentially staking it, and you cannot unlock it until Ethereum 2.0 rolls out, meaning your funds are locked. So that's why you'll earn that passive income. But it's the same as buying Ethereum on Coinbase, Lung Punch. You're getting the same asset. You'll see it there. It's the same price. It's the same. Everything's the same, except you're, basically saying, "Hey, I'm here, and I'm staying until Ethereum 2.0 comes out, and I want this little bit of APY while I wait." That's basically it. I can't wait for the videos if I put 500 in Dogelon in 2022 once we're out of the cycle. I hear you. Agree 100%. Yeah, we can't keep having folks that live in their basements making coins and currencies. I agree, 100% agree. And fully taking advantage of new investors. People, you've got all different kind of issues happening. You got new investors coming in. Then you've got language barriers. There's obviously a huge gap when it comes to education. but everybody that's in crypto sees the benefit, right? So I want to reward all those people who are, looking at cryptocurrency to better their situation by allowing people to have access to quality information and knowing that, when you're investing in a project, it's a quality one. I mean, we're kind of explaining what, Clear Cryptos is going to do. I know I've been talking a lot about this one, and, you guys are kind of on me like, hey, when are we going to get more info? We want more. The website is coming. You guys are going to learn a lot more about what they're doing. But in short, Clear Cryptos is all about giving the investors verifiable information. That's a big piece of what they're doing. Do we know when it's going to be launched? We don't have a date yet for I'm guessing for Clear. We don't have a date yet for Clear. They have a countdown here on the site, but I don't know if this is the actual. I don't think this is the actual launch date. I think it's just a countdown maybe for the website. But I mean, they're already growing a really nice base, over 6,300 holders. Look at this. They were on a NASCAR already. Clear Cryptos right there pulling up. This was this past weekend in Portland. There's some shots from the event. Some really, really strategic partnerships lined up. Really excited about what they're building here. 100%, guys. It'll be a subscription-based model, the website, in terms of the information you'll use to vet projects. We're talking better KYC. That's what we really need. Better KYC is the biggest thing. Because what happens is you get a bad actor, you get a bad dev, and they just do it over and over and over and over and over and over again. They get away with it once, they're going to get away with it again and again and again in an unregulated environment. Oh, it's 3.67 for Ethereum 2 over on Coinbase. Okay. They move it around all the time. Algorand, you can earn some nice percentage there on Algorand on Coinbase as well. And Cardano, I believe. I'm earning on Cardano, Algorand, and Ethereum 2.0 right now. Regulation will affect all areas of crypto, but in my opinion, especially the metaverse. I think big gaming companies will buy out a lot of them and possibly combine their tech in games and then the metaverse. That's interesting, Luke. I like that. Hopefully Gala is one of the ones that comes out on top. I think Quan will come up with something big soon. In regards to what, Narvesh? AVAX is a sleeping giant. Don't be scared. Fear is a path to the dark side. AVAX. I hear you, man. I like AVAX. Let's see what it's doing. It's up 10%. I've got a little bit, but admittedly, I did not accumulate as much as I wanted to back in 2021. Morning, Z. I do believe we're going to move soon. Raul Paul had said we're at the almost 200 and something days of bearish market. Should move soon. I mean, I trust investors that are knowledgeable. I like Raul Paul too. Raul Paul is one of my favorites, without a doubt. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We'd love for you to hang out with us here every morning. We do the live streams here. Also, hit the like button if you haven't already. Let's see here. I can't wait for the videos. Oh, there you go. We already got that. Moonbound. Gotcha. Good morning. Is there a pre-sale for Clear Cryptos? The information is not out yet. We will have that info. I'll have that info when we have it. I get 8% on Crow. Feel like great long-term potential. Yeah, I love that. That's awesome, Richard. Or Chris. The metaverse will look like BTC and ETH as having two big hitters and then the altcoins. Interesting. I could see that. Well, I mean, who do you like in the metaverse now? Because if you go to metaverse by market cap, It's ApeCoin, right? Oh, it's actually Decentraland again. Interesting. Look at that. So Decentraland has reclaimed that top spot. Decentraland, ApeCoin, and the Sandbox. And you got Theta and Axie in there, like Engine and Stacks. I like obviously all these in the top 100 here. Wax P, Alluvium. A lot of people talk about Alluvium. Alien Worlds is one, and My Neighbor Alice. I've done some digging on a couple of these. Meta Hero, know a little bit about them. UFO, I own some UFO gaming. Just so many of these metaverse plays. A few of these are gonna have to be diamonds in the rough, right? But I do think, Luke, you're right. There will be a lot of mergers and acquisitions in this space. I mean, because how many metaverse plays are there here? Look at this. So they've got 230 listed here, right? A lot of mergers and acquisitions, I think, within this space. You're looking at a $14 billion market cap overall. 3, 4, 5 that are all over at least 1 billion. So, I mean, you've got a $14 billion space. Let's just round up and say 2, 4, 6.5, 7.8. I mean, basically 9 billion of the 14 billion come from Decentraland, ApeCoin, Sandbox, Theta, and Axie. So, I mean, you already have some heavy hitters here at the top that really dominate this overall number of 14 billion. Can you have a look at Fresh Cut Diamond? They're advertising for a developer and they're going to pay money. Interesting. What's up? What's up? New crypto regulation bill coming this week, which appears very proactive and supportive for crypto innovation. Very bullish. Where are you reading that? Crypto regulation happening this week? Hold on, let's see. I haven't heard that. Hmm. I don't see it. Is getting introduced on the 7th. Oh, there we go. Overcode Gaming's got our nice percentage APYs there. There you go. Without locking. Morning, Rune. Gala will have too many games to come out to not be a big hitter in the metaverse. Even if they merge, I think their foundation will still be there. Nice. 3 days it was itching. Let's see what other top stories there are here. Oh, this is interesting. List of the first 14 cryptos listed on CoinMarketCap when it launched back in 2013. What do you guys think these are? Let's take a guess. Let's take a guess on this. I have some Solana, Brad. Is that what? Okay, I saw that article pop up. Cynthia Lumens, senator from Wyoming. Yeah. Altcoin Daily has a video on it. Okay. All right, we'll jump into it here in a sec. Actually, we'll just pull up Altcoin Daily's vid. Here's a list of the first 14 cryptos listed on CMC when it launched back in 2013. What do we think this is going to look like? There's Bitcoin, Litecoin, yep, PP Coin, Namecoin, Feathercoin, Terra Coin, Devcoin. Look at these. Barbecue Coin, BBQ. Wow, Terra Coin back then was trading at 46 cents. How about this? Litecoin was trading at $3.38. Bitcoin was $100. Crazy. So how many of these are actually still around? Bitcoin, Litecoin, I guess Terra Coin. That's about it. All right, we'll go over and watch altcoins here. Before we close out the stream today, I'm going to have a bunch of videos coming out, of course. Let's see here. Let's go to altcoin, though. Coin Daily. Largest cryptocurrency. Let's play this ad real quick.
Bill. It will be filed on June 7th. It includes coins that are commodities, coins that are securities. It includes stable coins. It includes a discussion of CDBCs, and consistent with what we heard earlier, and a small nod to NFTs. It includes algorithmic as well as asset-backed stablecoins. It includes definitions, consumer protection, privacy, taxation, and several other components of the discussion as it relates to all this using the existing regulatory framework. So as you can see, it's a long bill. It's comprehensive. We've had it vetted for months. Michael Saylor was one of our first set of eyes on it, of course, because his expertise is...
Wow, Michael Saylor had a seat at the table. That's good.
Long-standing. And we want to make sure that we have lots of input before we file it.
It's going to accelerate good regulation. Not all regulation is bad regulation. If you go to CoinMarketCap, there's 19,500 cryptos out there, and there's massive confusion. And a shakeout in the industry would be advantageous because the average mere mortal doesn't have time to study 19,500 cryptocurrencies.
Nobody does, right? So he's basically saying that some of it is watered down, and you know, let's listen in though. This is interesting. Thanks for whoever put this in chat too.
Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. The reason why you subscribe to our channel is because on a daily basis, we keep you informed everything you need to know in crypto. We break it down, we make it easy to understand. If you appreciate that, smash the like button and let's jump right in. If you hold altcoins, this is information you need to know about. One of the largest.
Why do I think Michael Saylor being there on the panel is good? Because he's a very, very strong crypto activist. And it's good that government in the United States is listening to somebody like Michael Saylor, who has all of our backs, essentially, as, crypto holders.
Just pieces of crypto legislation will be introduced this Tuesday, June 7th, and this is monumental. It includes definitions of which coins are commodities, which coins are securities, stable coins, CBDC framework, and NFT direction. This legislation will probably be very good for Bitcoin. This legislation might be good for crypto in general. However, this legislation might be horrendous for altcoins. Let's dive into why you should be paying attention to this. First of all, the senator who is introducing this bill and spearheading this bill is Senator Cynthia Lummis, Republican from Wyoming. She's introducing the legislation on Tuesday. The plan is to integrate crypto into the financial system. This sounds bullish, right? I would say Senator Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming has largely been very positive for Bitcoin and crypto thus far. She seems to really understand Bitcoin. She seems to be a big Bitcoin bull, and she seems to be taking a rather hands-off or more libertarian-esque approach to crypto, which I think is smart. We should not over-regulate at this time. The problem, however, it's not just Cynthia Lummis who is introducing this bill. A lot of different hands have touched this bill and helped with the wording. Recently, the Heritage Foundation hosted a panel with everyone who worked on or influenced the legislation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying Michael Saylor is a Bitcoin maxi, so it might not be good for altcoins. Okay, I point taken. I don't know. Let's keep listening. This is gonna be interesting. I mean, it certainly feels like acquiring more Bitcoin is your safest bet, but wasn't that the safest bet already? I mean, before all of this, pretty much, right?
Ted Cruz, Cynthia Lummis, Caitlin Long, Michael Saylor. The issue is every person on this panel heavily favors Bitcoin, which in itself isn't necessarily a problem. But if you're more Bitcoin maximalist-esque, this might not be very good for altcoins and crypto. The legislation being written and introduced is by a group of Bitcoin maxis, horrendous for other L1s. So let's dive into the panel so you can understand which hands touched this legislation, and then we'll actually look at parts of the legislation that got leaked. Well, the first person on the panel, everybody's favorite DGen, the earliest set of eyes on the language was Michael, there is no second best, Saylor. Need I say more? His opinion on crypto is very clear. It's securities and Bitcoin is the most ethical and the most whatever. The second pair of eyes, we have Ted Cruz, Republican of Texas. To understand where Ted Cruz is coming from, and again, I think up until this point, Ted Cruz has been very positive for Bitcoin and crypto, understanding that he doesn't really understand it and trying to have other politicians understand they don't understand it. Again, he doesn't want to overregulate it, which is good, but is he more biased for Bitcoin? A quick history lesson. When China banned Bitcoin mining, Texas welcomed the miners with open arms. Electricity is cheap due to operating on a separate power grid from the rest of the nation. Miners flocked into the area over the past 2 years. Cruz now has massive crypto donors that operate a proof of work network in his state. Keeping Bitcoin strong and alts weak directly benefits Texas, according to small cap scientist. And some of his largest new donors also benefit as well. He states he owns Bitcoin and everything else is outside his risk profile. Again, I don't necessarily think Ted Cruz is bad for altcoins in itself, but if everybody on the panel starts talking in a Bitcoin maximalist, starts taking it in that direction, Ted Cruz is going to go with the flow. Moving on to another person who touched this legislation, Caitlin Long, blockchain consultant from Wyoming. Caitlin is a 22-year Wall Street vet and now the CEO of Custodia Bank. She's hoping to work with the Fed to create a Custodia over collateralized stablecoin. Slowing DeFi momentum is in her best interest, according to small cap scientist. Now, again, much like Cynthia Loomis, Caitlin Long, in my opinion, little libertarian-esque kind of, doesn't want to over-regulate the crypto space. So is it in her best interest to slow DeFi? That remains to be seen. But again, we don't have a lot of pro DeFi, pro Ethereum, pro crypto people who's touching this bill. And of course, we have
Don't advertise on Google Ads or Facebook.
And mute that for a minute. This is interesting, though.
incentives to pump Bitcoin instead of any other L1s or altcoins. At one point in the video discussing altcoins, she states, burn it all down. Bitcoin will be the phoenix that rises. Quick 15-second plug before we continue with the video. Question, what is your favorite cryptocurrency exchange? Mine is FTX. You can trade crypto with 0 fees on FTX app. Use referral code AltcoinDaily and get up to $100 for free. I love FTX US. Many people love FTX if you're around the world. Get up to $100 in crypto with Altcoin Daily. 0 trading fees. It's the best. I love it. Let me know if you use it. The moral of the story here is anyone outside of Bitcoin holders is in big trouble in the coming weeks. The first thing they call out is being decided by the legislation is commodities versus securities, and Ethereum and L1s will fall under the securities blanket. Don't believe me? Well, if you want a head start, the block was able to obtain a copy of the Loomis legislation prior to next week's final copy. By the outlined definition below, nearly every cryptocurrency, including ETH, is defined as a security. I've combed through the bill, but haven't had time to cover all 70 plus pages. The copy is dated March 1st, so plenty of changes could have been made since shared. There is bullish content that will help progress the space surrounding stablecoin regulation and the banning of CBDCs. So, my takeaway from all this is that the hands and minds that touched this legislation are all very Bitcoin-oriented and Bitcoin-centric people. We don't have a lot. There's no Ethereum maximalist. There's no DeFi or NFT type people. It is Bitcoin people who have basically a more libertarian mindset to crypto at best. Is this time to panic? Not necessarily. We actually don't know what's going to be in the final bill. It wouldn't be good if ETH and NFTs and crypto are classified as securities. That's the biggest risk. And also, by the way, if this gets introduced, doesn't necessarily mean it will pass. Look, there are a lot of scams.
Yeah, I mean, that point right there, if they're labeled securities, that's what happened with XRP. Now, XRP was a little bit different because it hit right at home, right? It hit the banking industry directly. But that's exactly, from a technical standpoint, what happened with XRP. It got deemed a security. So that is a scare. But I'm not selling all my altcoins right now. Okay, I'm watching closely. I'm learning about kind of what's going to happen here. So hold on, let's finish out this video.
In crypto, there are a lot of unregistered securities. That does not mean that everything is a scam or everything is an unregistered security. In my opinion, Ethereum is already past the point of no return. It's a commodity at this point and has already been.
So in here, this is really what it's going to come down to. What are the definitions they're using for commodities versus securities? That's really the big one. Commodities versus securities. In many parts of the world too, crypto is property, right? Crypto is property. So stable coins, that conversation, I kind of have an idea of where we're going with that. I mean, I would not be surprised if they come down harshly on algorithmic stable coins and prop up the stable coins which are actually backed, like USDC. NFT direction, I have no idea what they can do with that. I don't know. And CBDC framework, interesting. But I'm most interested to see what these differences are between commodities and securities. And like the guys at Altcoin Daily are saying, what's going to happen to these big L1s? Like Ethereum, I think as Aaron's saying here, I would argue too that it's a commodity, not so much a security, right?
Talked about as such from CFTC chair, SEC chairs, but we'll see what this crypto legislation actually says on Tuesday. Now, unfortunately for you and me, there's not a lot we can do in between now and Tuesday, except get this information out there to as many people as possible. And there will be a lot we can do in between Tuesday and if and when this bill eventually passes. There is going to be a lot we can do. So make sure you're staying informed. Subscribe to the channel. We will continue to.
So that's basically it. Interesting stuff, though. So I'll have to do a video on that later, too. But actually, here, let me go back over to Twitter here because I'm curious to see if this small cap science person that they were utilizing there from Twitter has actually said more on this front, because I really liked the takes there. Let's see here. Okay, let's pop over here. Here we go. One of the largest pieces of crypto legislation introduced this Tuesday. Okay. So this is what we're going to have to watch for. The issue is every person on this panel heavily favors Bitcoin. It's legislation being written and introduced by a group of BTC maxis, horrendous for other L1s. It's just one guy's opinion here, but it's interesting. Let's see, Michael Saylor. They're going to go into who's on it. Wow. So they're basically showing here that pretty much everybody on this panel has a lot to gain if Bitcoin does well. And again, sometimes you just got to control what you can control. If this information is helpful, I mean, we're at least learning about, who the people are making the decisions. So maybe we start going a little bit heavier into Bitcoin. Not financial advice, but it's something that you can take out of this, right? I mean, okay, that's basically it. But here it is. The bill would label many cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin as securities. In a conversation with the block, sources from the industry had previously expressed concern. All right, so there's a concern. This is stablecoin. That's okay. The draft bill adds the term ancillary asset to the Securities Exchange Act. Namely, it defines such an asset as an intangible asset that is offered, sold, or otherwise provided to a person in connection with the purchase and sale of a security through an arrangement or scheme that constitutes an investment contract. An ancillary asset may include a digital asset as defined in the section 9801 of Title 31 of the United States Code that is used to facilitate the governance of a distributed ledger technology network or decentralized autonomous organization. That's really going to come down to what they deem all these cryptocurrencies. And I mean, Michael Saylor basically said something there during that spiel too. There's over 19,000 different cryptocurrencies. So are they going to go through each one individually and clearly define what it is? Probably not. They are probably going to throw quote unquote altcoins in a similar basket. I just don't know. I mean, we don't know, right? It's all speculation until this thing comes out tomorrow. And it doesn't mean it passes, right? But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Let's see. All right, guys, I'm going to close out the stream here. I'm going to have some videos coming out, but overall crypto market looking strong here. Bitcoin back up to 31.6, up 6% on the day. Ethereum over 1,900 right now. It too up over 6%. So we'll continue to track this and watch it. And wow, some news on legislation breaking here today, and we'll talk more about that in an upcoming video. We'll be watching very closely tomorrow. And yeah, that's what we've got for you right now. And we will see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. See ya.